Hey guys, it's Sydney, and today I'm going to be recording 12 Zodiac Sign inspired looks. So, the Zodiac signs, everybody has one. I've always thought they were pretty cool, so I've decided to turn them into looks on MSP. The looks are going to be based off of, what the trait is like. I'm a Libra, so some traits for a Libra are, here it says Libras are very irresistible, adventurous, lavish, indecisive, and have a complicated love life. So I'm going to base looks off of what your traits are. So I figured that would be pretty cool to add into. I'm also going to be adding into the look what your sign is. Let's see, Aries. Honestly, I love Aries. I love the constellation. It's one of my favorite zodiac signs also. Aries are really nice people, and I like them. So, for Aries, they are rams. So, I might cooperate maybe ram horns. You know what I mean. But I might, put that in as well. Another thing I'm going to put in is, Leo. Of course, they are a lion. But also, they are fire, and they represent the sun. Now, this is just, I don't know what this is. But, every zodiac sign has a, I don't know what it's called, but, they're either water, air, fire, or earth. So I might incorporate that as well. And I will also incorporate, their planets, sun or moon. So, let's just get straight into the video. So we are going to start with Capricorn. They're Earth, they're also Saturn. They are the goat. They're hardworking, straightforward, loyal, stubborn, and uncontent until at the top. So, let's get straight into it. One of the Capricorn traits are straightforward. So I feel like Capricorn might wear something that's a little more, just not that creative. That's not a bad thing at all. I feel like it's something that many others would wear. And also, they're Earth, that's their power. So I'm going to be making these colors blue and green. So the top I'm using for this look is on page 1 as of today. It is relatively cheap and it's pretty cute and fits the Capricorn theme. Now to add along to the Earth theme of colors, I'm going to be picking these bottoms on page 5. I feel like they just add to the theme well and they match the shirt, so I chose them. Now, Capricorn is the goat, so I feel like these heels here, they kind of remind me of maybe goat hooves. So I thought that they would be cute to incorporate into the look. Now, Capricorn's planet is Saturn, and what does Saturn have? They have rings. So I feel like this headband kind of represents a ring, so I'm just going to adjust the colors. So I just chose the green to go with the Earth theme, and Saturn is a brown planet, so I just picked brown hair. So here's the complete look. Next is a look I'm looking forward to doing. It is Aquarius. It is air, and its planet is Uranus. It is the water bearer, so I'm going to incorporate aquatics into this. They set trends, are innovative, admired, distant, and eccentric. So I feel like that's going to be pretty easy and also very cool to incorporate into the look. So let's go! Now because Aquariuses, they set trends and they're innovative, so I feel like they would wear maybe more cooler things, more unusual things. So I feel like this top represents that pretty well. Also, Aquariuses are the water bearer, water is blue, and also the planet that it represented is Uranus, which is also blue. So I'm going to be using white to represent air, the zodiac sign's power, and then blue to represent water and Uranus. So for pants, I'm abiding by the color scheme, but also because Aquarius is the water bearer, I feel like this is a type of jean they would wear. Because, the term the water bearer kind of reminds me of older times, so I feel like they would kind of wear jeans or pants similar to this, so I picked them. Now, the fact that Aquarius has set trends is something that I felt was very important with their trait. So I picked these shoes, which was one of the most big trends of this year. So I feel like they need something that's definitely a trend. Now, because Aquariuses are the water bear. I felt like I really needed to have like a long flowing hair, and this braid just reminded me of a waterfall, so that's why I picked it. And also I wanted the hair to really represent the element of air that it has, so I kind of tried to make the hair look airy. So here is the complete look. So next up is Pisces. Their power is water, their planet is Neptune, they're the fish, they're alluring, free, sensual, sensitive, and they can't function alone. Now because Pisces are free, I wanted a top that was kind of like loose and flowing, so I feel like this top demonstrates that. And also the colors are going to be like a sea green with blue because Pisces are the fish. Because Pisces is the fish, I feel like it would be stupid of me not to pick the fish scale pants. Because Pisces' power is water, we are going to go with these rain boots. And we're also going to incorporate them into the color scheme. Now, Pisces' planet is Neptune, and if you didn't know this, Neptune actually has an almost invisible ring that goes vertical instead of like the other planets horizontal. So I feel like the braids, they kind of represent the vertical lines, so we're just going to pick them, and we're going to leave the color blonde because I feel like it suits the outfit pretty well. So here's the complete look. So the next zodiac we have is Aries. They are fire, and their planet is Mars. They are brave, independent, assertive, impulsive, and they hate to be restricted, and they are the ram. Now Aries are they are fire. So, I feel like they have to be red. I feel like that's just necessary. Also, their planet is Mars, so red it is. Also, one of Aries' traits is brave, which is also, like, in the same, like, a synonym to fearless. And there's a shirt that says fearless, so why not pick it? Now, one of Aries' traits are that they hate to be restricted, so I feel like ripped jeans kind of show that they hate to be restricted. And also, I'm just sticking to the color theme. Another one of Aries' traits are that they are impulsive. So they always need to be ready. So I picked boots because I think that signifies that you're always ready and that you're ready to work. Because Aries is fire, I wanted their hair to look like fire. So here's the hair. Now, even though I'm not VIP right now, I just couldn't pass up on putting ram horns on her head. I mean, they are the ram, so I feel like I have to incorporate that. So here's the full look. Next is Leo. They're fire and the sun. They're the lion. They're creative, popular, faithful, dominating, and have too much pride. Now, Leos are lions in the sun, so I made the top yellow and orange to represent that. Also, I'm picking this because one of the traits is creative, and I find the shirt very creative. One of Leo's traits is dominating, and I feel like this skirt is very dominating. Like, it's one of the first things you look at, so I'm picking this, also sticking to color scheme. Now, Leo's powers are fire, so I picked these shoes and modeled them to kind of look like fire. Now, of course, Leo's a lion, so I kind of wanted bigger hair, so I really like what this hair has to offer, and I'm making it yellow and blonde to represent the color scheme, and also I wanted it to be shiny, like the sun. So here's the look. So next is Cancer. They're water, they represent the moon. They're the crab. They're sensitive, friend-oriented, practical. They hate to argue and they forgive, but they don't forget. Now because Cancer is the moon and also water, I wanted their colors to be gray and blue. Also, because they hate to argue, I feel like that represents peace, so I picked this peace sign shirt. Finding pants for this look were rather hard for me, so I just picked something that represented the trait friend-oriented. I feel like this is something that somebody that was friend-oriented would wear, so I just picked it and then abided by the color scheme. Now, Cancer is the crab, so I picked these shoes because they were kind of pointy, and they just kind of reminded me of a crab. Now, because Cancers are the moon, I wanted to have a hairstyle that incorporated buns. And also, I want the hairstyle to be kind of a natural red to incorporate the crab. So here is the final look. So the next trait is Gemini. They are air and they are Mercury. There are the twins. They are dynamic. They have many talents. They like game. They are two-faced and they are mischievous. Now, because Geminis are air, I wanted to have like a blendy type look, and I'm going to use airish colors for the whole theme of this video. Now, Gemini like games. Like, I don't think this is quite literally what they meant, but this is all I could find, so this is what we're gonna go with. Nudge, nudge. If you didn't get the gist, it looks like Pac-Man. Now, one of the traits of the Gemini are that they are mischievous, and these shoes just come off to a little mischievous to me. So they're the lucky ones that get to get picked for this look. Now for hair, I wanted to stick like to the airy theme, but I didn't want a light blue hair color, so I just picked a dark blue to also abide to the air theme. And also, Gemini are the twins, so I feel like the hairstyle should be symmetrical, and that's exactly what pigtails do. This part is totally optional, but Gemini are two-faced, so I feel like this is a nice illusion. So just make like all the colors line up to your features. So this is the final look with the optional feature and without the optional feature. Next on the list is Taurus. They're Earth and Venus. They're the bull. They have good taste. They're sensual, down to earth, pleasure-seeking, and stubborn. Now, because Tauruses are Earth, but one of their personality traits is also down to earth, I felt like it was like we had to have another green and blue theme. But I also, because they are sensual, I want them to be like more pale and low-toned compared to the Capricorn colors. And they have good taste, so I just picked a shirt that appealed to me, and it happens to be this one. Going with the earth theme, I picked these pants. Now, if you didn't know, Venus is the hottest planet, one of the hottest, and the reason is because it has a very thick ozone layer, and it does not allow heat to escape. So I picked shoes that have a gloss to them, and I also made part of them red to represent the red color of Venus. Now, because one of Taurus's traits is down to earth, I wanted to pick a hair that kind of looks like it's like going down, like more than normal. So I thought this one fit, and also a bull is brown, so I made the hair brown. And because Taurus is a bull, I'm just going to use these devil horns to use in place for bull horns. So here's the final look. So now we have Virgo. They're Earth and Mercury. They're the Virgin. They're successful, creative, likes to please. They're clever, and they can lead others on. Now, the Greek mythology story behind Virgo is that she was a woman, so I feel like a dress expresses that. Also, she's a virgin, so that means she is most likely a girl, which is who she represents. And her planet is Mercury. So I'm just going to use the colors red and gray. Now, I'm picking these shoes because to me they look like very natural, and I feel like that just kind of reflects on Earth, and it kind of ties in. Now, because Virgo traits are creative and clever, I wanted a unique hairstyle, so this is the one I'm using, and I also just fit into the color scheme. So here's the final look. Next is Libra. They're Air and Venus. They're the scales. They're irresistible, adventurous, lavish, indecisive, and they have a complicated love life. Now, because Libras are Venus, that is a planet that is red, and they also have a complicated love life, I kind of wanted a deep red for the look. And also they are adventurous, so we kind of pick a top that's, comes off to me as a little adventurous. Now, because Libra is air, I wanted the pants to be flowy, just like the skirt. Now, because Libra is the scales, scales have many, like, contraptions that look like lines, and kind of like overlapping lines, so I feel like these shoes kind of remind me of scales, so I'm picking them. Now, Libras are air, as I said, so I want the hair to look like it's blowing in the wind, and also, scales can sometimes be black, so why not make the hair black? So here's the final look. The next trait is Scorpio. They are water and Pluto, my favorite planet. They're self-reliant, powerful, wise, dominant, and secretive, and they're the Scorpion. So, Scorpios are powerful, and this shirt looks like something that would be powerful, so I picked it. And also, Pluto is this color, so that's why the dress is this color. These shoes are flowy and blue, so they represent the water essence of the Scorpio. Scorpions are red, and the braid kind of looks like Scorpio's tail, so that's why I picked this hair. Here's the look. Finally, we have Sagittarius. They are fire and Jupiter. They are the archer. They are open-minded. They are achiever. They are loving and sensitive and cold. Now, because the trait of Sagittarius is cold and they are fire, the theme is going to be red and blue. Here's some pants that fit the theme. Here's some shoes that kind of look open, like the open-minded trait that they have. I chose this hair because it kind of looks like a heart, and they are loving. So here's the finished look. that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching.